Hello, welcome everybody. Welcome at the TikTok Live of the Study in Barcelona week. Today we're kicking off here at UPF Barcelona School of Management with two special guests next to me. We're gonna wait first for a little bit longer until we have more viewers. We have one person in our session right now, so that's very nice. Welcome. We'll wait for a little bit longer. So thank you for introducing us here. We're very happy to be here on your beautiful campus. Since when is the campus here on this location? Do you know that?
I'm not sure. The UPF has almost 50 years and it has 6 different campuses in Barcelona.
6 different?
Yes, wow. It's quite a big university here. And this is the main campus for masters and postgraduate programs.
Okay, nice, interesting. Now it's in the middle of the city, which is a very good location. For the people that know Barcelona, have maybe already been here and that's why you want to study here. It's located in the Carrer Balmes, which is a very beautiful street going through the Eixample neighborhood. Okay, so I don't know if more people are in, so we'll wait a bit longer. Yeah, how are you? Are you ready for today?
Yeah, we're excited to talk to people, to understand a little bit about what are the questions they usually have. It's always exciting to introduce our management school and just to see what people are interested in. So
good. Did you add the moderator? Okay, that's good to know. Yeah, no, it's always nice to speak with future students, I guess, and also answer their questions, of course.
Yes.
Because I remember when I went studying that that's why we are organizing this week, of course. Because imagine you've already, you're thinking like, oh, I would like to do studies in Barcelona, but where to start is so much. We're very happy to.
There is a lot of things to consider.
Exactly.
It's not easy because there is a lot of different universities, programs, so
no, exactly.
There's a lot of information out there. So.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah, that's also what we felt, and that's why we are organizing this. Okay, so we're gonna start. I'm gonna welcome our viewers again. Welcome at the Study in Barcelona week at the first day. Today we have our first session with two special guests from UPF Barcelona School of Management. Today we're talking about Barcelona's universities and business schools. And we will have some questions prepared for our guests, and then everyone that has questions related to this subject can also send them in the chat, and we will share them with you. So, first of all, I'm Doreen from Barcelona Expat Life, and I'm here with Alicia and Natalia. Alicia, would you introduce yourself briefly?
Yeah, I'm Alicia. I've been working for the higher education sector for a lot of years now, and I basically help students make informed decisions about choosing the best university and academic program for them based on their needs, their profiles, their interests.
Okay, so very important role inside the UPF BSM. Okay, and you, Natalia?
yes, so well, first of all, thank you so much for having us. Well, my name is Natalia and I'm part of the career services team here at UPF BSM, so I'm a career advisor, and my goal is essentially to help students navigate the labor market in Spain. Quite an important role when it comes to international students, since they come here, they don't really know how the interview process works, where to find a job, what are the requirements. So helping them navigate these paths can be essential and crucial. So yeah, we'll learn a little bit more throughout these interviews.
Okay, very interesting. Okay, yeah, I hope so too. I'm very excited for this. So let's kick off once again. If you have any questions, please share them in the chat, and we will share them. That's why I have my phone here to get your questions as well. So the first question we have is, well, we are here at your beautiful campus, but questions that maybe the first question that people have when they start studying or want to study in Barcelona is, what is the difference between public and private universities in Spain? Because in every country that's of course a little bit different.
Yes. Here actually it's different if you are looking for a bachelor degree or a master degree. The main difference are the fees and also the way you can access, or the score you need to access to the university. Because for bachelor degrees, the fees in a public university are lower, but you need a minimum score in order to access to a specific specialization. So usually profiles and the quality of the students, let's say, are a bit different. If you are looking for a bachelor degree, I would say it's better to look for a public university. But for masters, this doesn't happen. It can be actually even the opposite, because there is good universities, public or private universities for a master's, with really good students, really good quality services. So for a master, it's a bit more, it has other things to consider, not just only public or private university.
Okay, so what you're saying, if I'm understanding correctly, is that if you want to get into a bachelor degree in a public university, you need to have a certain degree.
Yes,
or degree
a
certain
score.
So on your exams.
Yes.
Okay, and is it also, and in private that's not the case with the bachelor?
Yes, in private you don't need this minimum score in
Okay.
order to access, but the fees are higher.
And you said in master there's other things to consider.
Yes.
What would be, or is it a very big question, but what would things to consider in that?
There is basically it's international recognition. What you need. Also, there is differences in between a business school or a university in masters. But basically, our recommendation would be to look for international recognition. And there is actually two important things to consider in here. First of all is the kind of degree they will get, because here in Spain there is official master degrees and not official master degrees. So our recommendation for international students would be to look for official degrees. Basically, an official master degree, it's a diploma that you can validate anywhere and for anything. If they want to do a PhD in the future, work for the government or any public institution, or work for any country, they will need an official master degree. And the second thing would be the accreditations that the university has, because if they are looking at different universities, in terms of rankings, there is a lot of different rankings. Each one evaluates some specific things, and it seems that everyone is the best in something. But accreditations, there's only 3 worldwide. They are called the Triple Crown, and they are AMBA, EQUIS, and AACSB. And basically, this is a seal of warranty that the studies are good and the university is good, because those accreditations are like an audit they do to universities, and they evaluate everything. They evaluate content for the programs, teachers, satisfaction from the students, position from the students once you finish the master. So universities that has 2 or the 3 accreditations, they will be a good ones for sure. So official degrees and accredited universities.
So that's important when you choose.
Yeah.
And then if you would choose public or private, it's maybe depending a little bit on what your preference in that, or what for your situation is better, I guess, right?
Yes.
Okay. And could you explain the difference between a business school and university to us, briefly?
Sure. Actually, a business school, or let's start with the university. The university, it's maybe more academic oriented. They have a really big focus on research. It's more theoretical, we could say. And business schools usually are more practical, are more hands-on business.
Okay.
So this is the main difference. As I said, for master degrees, what is important for students is look for international recognition.
Yeah. Okay. Well, very clear. And what would international students look for when choosing a business school? You already said, it's important to make sure they have the accreditation and they are official. What you just said. Sorry. Is there other things that for you, especially for international students, are important to look at? What maybe for students that are located in Spain or from Spain would be something they wouldn't look at?
Yeah, actually, the career services that the university has are a big and important part of making the right decision, because at the end, anyone that chooses to do a master, it's because they want to grow on their positions or want to look for a new job opportunities. So the career services that the university has are an important thing to consider.
Yeah, well, Natalia, you are from the career department, of course, of UPF. Do you have anything to add on that? Why you think it's so important?
Yes, well, as Alicia said, I think that some people sometimes don't take that into account. Like, you need to understand what is your goal, and essentially, if you have a goal in a country that you don't know that much, that you don't know how it works, that you need some more information, that maybe you have worked abroad but you have never tested the Spanish labor market in this case, maybe having someone to support you and guide you, that could be quite a relevant thing to take into account. What's the methodology they will use? How they will be able to support you? So asking these questions could be interesting. I think that, as Alicia said, going to a business school or a university is, on the one side, you learn these obviously skills and special abilities and specialist technical skills that could be interesting for your future job, obviously. But when it comes to career services or career development, these skills, if you learn them from someone that is a professional person that knows the market very well, that knows what businesses are looking for, you will be able to take these knowledge once you have finished the master's degree. Once you have finished your academic journey, you will still be able to continue using this methodology and these skills that you will have developed. So having someone within the university or the business school that is able to transmit that, I think it is actually really important, and I would highly suggest that people really look into that when searching for an academic opportunity or to go to a specific business school.
Okay, and what are ways in which you do that, for example, in your job?
Yes, so it really depends. We are a team of experts, obviously. So in this sense, we are all specialized in our specific sector. So someone who's more finance oriented will be able to give you more, better advice on the, for instance, financial market. So I want to work in these type of banks or these type of opportunities. So having information about what the market is, how is it works, what do recruiters look for, what are the tendencies, and also just being really in contact with the market and with the context, right? So if you are able to have a really close contact with this type of companies, or just in general with teachers that are also working on the market, that will open a lot of doors, right? So it will give you more information, and information that's actually happening currently on the labor market. So I think this is something that we do a lot here as well, to be close to companies and to really try to understand how the world is moving forward. As we know, AI is super trendy right now, so it's something that's affecting every part of the recruitment process, for instance. So being, let's say, updated on that is also something that I think we do a lot, and it's actually really important as well.
Okay, yeah, no, that obviously is very important. So thank you for adding this. It would not have been immediately something when I was starting to study to actually think of. So thank you for that. So as we're focusing on international students today, we talked before about public and private. The first question that comes up for me is like, okay, if I'm moving here from another country and I don't speak Catalan or Spanish, is that a problem when I start to study in Barcelona? So I was wondering if you know if the private and the public universities offer also programs in English, or is it important to speak some Spanish when you come to study here?
For the studies, I would say they don't need to speak in Catalan or Spanish, because usually this is different between a public university or a business school or a private university, because usually in public universities the language is Spanish, so obviously they would need to speak Spanish to do them. But in business schools or private universities, there is more English programs, 100% in English, so they don't need to speak any Spanish or Catalan in order to access. We receive a lot of international students. Some of them don't speak any Spanish or Catalan, but we always say it's a plus for the job search later. So not for the master, but maybe later it's always a plus.
Yes, 100% agree.
Yeah, no, I totally understand that. But not only even maybe for the career, but also for your life in Barcelona. And we are, of course, in Spain and Catalonia, where we speak Spanish and Catalan as well.
At the end, they learn some Spanish always, so they are living in Barcelona. So it's a must, not a must, but they end up learning some Spanish.
Yeah.
We offer as a part of the program something completely optional, but we offer Spanish language classes also, and most of the students take them.
Yeah, yeah, nice. But the programs are fully in English.
In English, yeah, completely. Yes.
Okay, good to know. So Barcelona is a city with lots of different business schools, universities, private, public, masters, bachelors. There's a lot to choose from. Lots of educational possibilities, which are, and this might be a bit influence answer, but what are the most recognized business schools and universities here in Barcelona, from your perspective?
For the public universities, I would say UB, which is Universidad de Barcelona, UAB, which is Universidad Autónoma de Barcelona,
Okay.
and UPF, which is a university, it's Universidad Pompeu Fabra. And also for technical studies or engineering, a good one, it's also UPC, it's Universitat Politécnica de Catalunya. This is for public universities.
This is the 4 biggest public institutions.
For business schools or private universities, I would say ESADE, IESE, IE, which is in Madrid. And for someone in the middle, I would say obviously UPF, Barcelona School of Management. We are actually a unique duo here in Spain because we are the management school from Pompeu Fabra University. So we have the best things from a university and the best things from a management school. So we have official degrees, but we are also an accredited university.
Okay, so you're in between both.
We are kind of in the middle.
The best of 2 worlds, I would say. No? Okay. Thank you for that. I'm going to check if some questions came in the meantime. So we have a question from Woom, who says, I have a question. Is it possible to get an MBA without any business undergraduate degree?
Yes.
That's a short answer, yes.
This is the short answer, yes. Yes, for the MBA, this is a specific program that we have in here, for example. You don't need any specific bachelor degree or previous studies in order to access. What we require is a minimum working experience of 3 years working experience. This is the minimum, but the truth is most of the students in the MBA has around 6, 7, 8 years, so it's more for a bit senior profiles.
Okay, and this work experience has to be in a related field, in a business field, or can be?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
So in the MBA, actually, we have profiles or students coming from business, but also engineering, health sciences, social sciences, law. So it's a very multicultural and diverse academic background.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Well, I hope it answered your question. So, you already said that here, at least at UPF Barcelona School of Management, you have lots of, everything is in English, right? All the programs, or are there also programs in Spanish?
No, we have both.
Okay, so people can choose.
Yes.
Okay. So my question was, how international are the classrooms? But that maybe depends on which program you choose.
We have programs 100% in Spanish and programs 100% in English. But for internationals, usually obviously comes to programs in English. And into these classes, usually around 80 to 90% of the students are from abroad Spain. Okay. So the students are really, really international. We receive students from all around the world. We have students from Europe, North America, Canada, Latin America, Africa, Asia. So the class is really, really multicultural.
Yeah.
And this is a really good thing for them. It's
yeah,
very interesting.
It really opens your mind, I think, right, in the way you think. But also, it's also nice that there's still also, you say it's around 90%, so that means that also 10% is people from Spain that choose to do an English course then, program. Yeah. Okay, which is also nice because it's also nice to connect with people from here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. let me check again. So nothing else came in for now, but I have another question. So, this is more a question for you because it's about the career department.
Mm-hmm.
So, what are the key factors to find out if the career department is well connected to the corporate world or the things that you said before?
Mm-hmm.
How can students find that out when they are doing their search?
Yes, I think there are a couple of things here. One of them is what Alicia already mentioned, is that going for a business school or a management school that has accreditations is also something that can give, you already know that a good university has good connections with the business world when it has good accreditations, because essentially a good accredited university means that companies will obviously take a look at them, that these universities will be on good rankings. Obviously companies also take that into account, so good ranking universities essentially mean that companies are taking a look at them more often. Then also as well, I think it's interesting when a university combines different types of master's degrees, so it's just not purely marketing, but it also has finance programs, management programs, MBA, other types of programs, because it means that the companies, if they need to look for interns or employees, they will know that if they go to this university, they will have a huge variety of students. So obviously they don't have to go to this university for this type of students, to this other university for this other type of students. They will have it all in all, everything on one campus. Also applies to programs in English and Spanish. So if you want more international talent, you will have it. And if you want local talent, you will also have it. I think that longevity, when it comes to the university, it's also interesting because let's keep in mind that when it comes to understanding the market, it's not also about the team of experts that you have, it's also about the type of how long they have been on the market. So the fact that university has been working with companies for such a long time, it essentially means that you know very well what are the mistakes that you made before, how you can correct them, what are the things that you need to understand. You're already very connected, very well connected to the companies because you have built on an ongoing relationship with them. So that's also quite interesting to take into account. And then as well, obviously, to understand what type of career departments you have. So if the career services department is very varied and every single person that works in there has a very different profile, it means that each person will have a very specific connection to the market. So someone will have these connections, someone who has these other connections. So you can actually look it up on LinkedIn, these type of things, right? So you can go on LinkedIn and see like, okay, who's working on the career services department for this university, and get to know them ahead and get to understand their profile ahead. So you maybe will see, oh, this career advisor has a profile that could be used for me. So I think investigating a lot online on LinkedIn is also like a really good thing to understand. Okay, does this business school have good connections with the market or not? So I think all these things encompassed could be of use for students who are making a decision.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, that's super interesting, and it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Thank you. So I have the last question here, so let me check if something else came in. We have a question which says, can you explain a little bit more about the accreditations?
Okay, sure. Yes, actually there is only 3 accreditations worldwide called the Triple Crown.
Mm-hmm.
They are AMBA, EQUIS and AACSB. AMBA, it's basically for programs or studies related with management, business, MBAs. So if you are looking to study something like that, an MBA management program, it's a really good thing that you look for a university that has AMBA. EQUIS evaluates the whole university. So not only a specific programs or a group of programs, they evaluate the university. Actually, EQUIS is the most difficult accreditation to get. Okay? So universities that has EQUIS are really good ones. And AACSB, it's also like a general accreditation, and they evaluate everything: programs, university, teachers, satisfaction from the students, everything. Usually, universities that has the 3 accreditations are universities that are elite universities with really high fees. Okay, so they are really good ones, but the fees are not
Okay.
for everyone. Okay, just to profiles that can afford this kind of budgets.
This was going to be my question. Like, okay, so it's best to look for one with all three, but you're already saying like, well, it comes with a.
It depends on your
Okay.
budget.
Yeah.
Okay, so universities that has 2 or 3 accreditations will be a good ones for sure. Okay, and that's the thing, yeah, that you need to consider.
Okay.
There's universities with 1 accreditation, others with 2, others with 3, so it depends. We have AMBA and EQUIS, and we are in process of getting a ACSB,
Okay.
the third one. We already have all the requirements, so hopefully we will have the third one really soon.
Nice. Wow, that's really good to know, and I think it's something that many students don't really look at when you're choosing a master or an MBA or you're choosing to study. You're like, okay, well, this looks like a good business school, but maybe it is the accreditation. Okay, thank you for that. Let me see. An extra question that came in is, are smaller specialized schools, in your opinion, better than big universities? You've already maybe gave a little bit of an answer on that when it's about the career department, but what's your opinion about this?
I would say it depends on the specialization or the master or the program you want to do, because in general, if you are looking for something general, let's say management, finance, marketing, law, an MBA, big universities with really long period are better ones, I would say. But if you are looking for something very specific, let's say interior design, it's maybe better to look for specific or specialized universities or business schools.
Yeah.
Also, I think it's important to take into account that when you are working in, let's say, corporate environment or business environment, you will need to be in touch with different types of profiles. So maybe surrounding yourself with only marketing people, it's not the best and ideal thing. Having people from different backgrounds and being able to communicate with them and understand their needs and their profiles, it's also like super interesting. So I think there's something enriching about being in a university or a business school that has different profiles, right? But as Alicia said, it will depend. Like interior design, for instance, is something super specific. So maybe you want to target a university that is specified on these type of things.
Okay, well, thank you for that. Let me see. So, when students want to apply, or they think like, well, maybe I want to get into UPF Barcelona School of Management, how do you support future students in making this choice? So what is the process if students come, well, they decide, okay, yeah, maybe I want to study here. How do you support them in the choice?
Yeah, this is actually my job.
Okay.
So I do a lot of orientation sessions with students. Basically, we speak one-to-one with them to see specifically their CV, their profile, what are they looking for, what are their interests, and see what is the best fit or the best master for them, because there is a lot of things to consider, and the best thing is to a one-to-one session to see each one specifically.
Yeah, to really see like, okay, this fits best with this student.
Yeah.
And so, okay, well, that's a good way, nice, good to hear that. I'm gonna check if I have something else here. For now, I don't. So if anyone has another question, please send it in now. Otherwise, we're gonna slowly go to the end. Is there anything you would still, or you would like to share with us before we are ending this first session? There was a lot of information, so thank you for that. First of all, very interesting.
Thank you for having us. It's been a pleasure talking to you. Actually, well, Barcelona, it's a great city to study, and being part of the UPF, I get to know international students every day and every year, and it's really great to see how they grow, both personally and also professionally. So if you are considering doing a master or a postgraduate program, just get as much information as you can, ask questions, because it's an important decision. It's not easy to look or to choose a university or a master degree or a postgraduate program. So it's important to have everything clear, to have all the information to make the best decision. So who knows if we can see each other in here in the UPF.
That would be nice. Yeah. Okay. Do you have anything to add to that?
Yes, so as Alicia said, thank you so much for the opportunity. It's always great to speak about future students and just get to know about what is it that they actually need, the questions they have. I think that I agree so much about what you said, Alicia, that they should ask as many questions as they can, and they should try to just see exactly, from my perspective at least, where is it that you want to go to, right? So investigate online. So these people that are right now doing what you would like to do in the future, where is it that they went? These students that maybe are current alumni, what was their experience like? Where are they now? So maybe that can give you also like some perspective, or where you could be in like 2, 3, 4 years. So I think that getting information by asking questions and also investigating a little bit what previous students did is also like a great way to give you some ideas of what you should expect, how you should prepare. So yeah, I 100% agree on that.
Okay, so asking questions is very important.
Yes.
And be curious, I guess. We have one extra question, even though we were already a little bit going to the end, but I hear that you find it very important to guide people in this choice, but also to encourage people to read and to ask questions. When people come to Barcelona, international students, it's already like you're leaving your home to go to a new country to study. It's also a huge adventure. Is there, how do you guide students during the program in this, but towards their careers? But is there, for example, also a possibility, or for students if they are here and they are a little bit stuck in how they feel? I don't know. Is that, what kind of guidance do you give during the program?
Well, I think that obviously I'm more part of the Career Services department, but I'm very much so in contact with the program managers. So they're the ones that have the closest contact with the students, as well as their teachers and academic directors. We have seen everything. So your situation is probably the situation that somebody else has gone through. So we have mechanisms to support people. We have a specific psychological department, let's say, where you can direct, where we can direct you if you are having any, I don't know, like people when they come here, they are stressed, it's a new environment, they are just a little bit worried. So directing you towards that department is also something that could be useful. Then, as well as I said, we have seen everything, so we know exactly what instructions we should give you. So be careful with this, or take into account that. So we have a team of program managers and also academic directors that know very well how to treat their students and how to help them. We are very much so aware that going abroad is a huge step, and it can be so complicated, and you can feel so lonely or confused sometimes. So I think that having this knowledge and this experience for past years, it's what gives us like a really good experience on how to manage these students.
Yeah. Okay. So there is always ways to guide them.
You are not alone.
That's a beautiful way of ending this session. So thank you again, Alicia and Natalia. Thanks again also everyone that watched. Don't forget to follow Barcelona Expat Live on TikTok, but also UPF BSM on Instagram. It's BSM_UPF. And if you want to receive the free Study in Barcelona guide, please put study in the chat and you will receive the link to register for the free guide. Tomorrow at 4 we're back with a new session. Tomorrow with Rodin from Studies In, and we will talk a little bit more on how to choose the right program, but also what does it cost and any other details. So see you tomorrow. Hasta mañana.